Hey everybody, welcome back to our non-alcoholic beer and gin review series, otherwise known as My Dry January. I've made a New Year's resolution to not have anything to drink for the entire month of January. Instead, we're going to be reviewing a different non-alcoholic beer or gin each day. So it's been a while since I've talked a little bit about the concept of dry January or why you would do this or whatever, so maybe I'll just talk about that a little bit and my own reasons. So for myself, I find particularly, like in summer, I don't have a lot of problems moderating my alcohol consumption for the most part because I'm busy. It's light out here in northern BC till 11 o'clock at night. I'm out doing things. I'm in the shop. I'm in the garden. I'm outside. I don't find it's a problem. In the winter, though, we have very short days, long nights, and I find myself, sitting in the living room, especially after a hard day at work. You want to sit, have a glass of wine. Me and my wife sit and chat for a while. Then you turn on the TV, sit and watch some TV. Next thing you know, you have another glass of wine. So you start off having a glass of wine a night, and next thing you know, you're having 2 glasses, sometimes 3. And if you think about that, that adds up quite a bit. So I find with the non-alcoholic beers and gins, you can mix them in or use them to replace. So a lot of times what I'll try and do, especially the gins, I seem to really enjoy at the end of the day, have a non-alcoholic gin and tonic. Maybe then I'll have a regular drink after that and then call it a night. So it's a really good way to kind of moderate your consumption if that's what you want to do. Or maybe you just find you're not able to moderate your consumption at all, and you've decided that you don't want to drink at all for whatever reason. Maybe alcoholism runs in your family. Maybe you've had a hard time with it yourself. But you still want to feel social and be out with friends drinking, or you just enjoy the taste of beer, gin, whatever it happens to be. So that's another really good spot where these come in. So anyways, enough of that stuff. Everybody has their own reasons, but let's get into our review. The good thing about these, hopefully this is one of them, is there's a lot of better products on the market than there used to be. So today is the Phillips Brewing IOTA Hazy IPA. So IOTA is Phillips's line of non-alcoholic. They do make regular beers as well, as we're finding a lot of these craft breweries have now taken up a non-alcoholic side as well. So this one is 75 calories per 355 ml can. It is a 0.5% alcohol. Ingredients, what do we have? Water, barley, wheat, oats, hops, yeast, and sodium benzoate. Sodium benzoate is a preservative, if you're wondering. It doesn't really list anywhere on the can what the IBU is, what the hops are, what the malts are, or anything like that. I'm assuming as a West Coast hazy, this is probably going to be fairly fruit forward. Let's find out. Ooh, don't go over. Poured a little fast. So fairly large size bubble. Quite a high level of carbonation. The head is dissipating relatively quickly. Okay, so I take it back a bit. It's an interesting head. It's kind of, it is a larger bubble, but it's got a bit of hold at the very end, almost like a, not scummy, that's not the word I'm looking for, but it has got a little bit of hold together. You can see it still holds up on my finger there. So let's check out the nose. A little bit of hops, some peach, tropical fruit. A little bit of apple. A nice bit of hoppiness there, actually. It's kind of become my new custom to. Yeah, the can gives me more of that piney, resinous hoppiness. It's a little stronger than normal in a lot of the hazy IPAs that we've tried, but that doesn't, I like a hoppy beer. Yeah, it's quite nice. Quite a nice nose. Okay, let's go in for the taste. Cheers. Quite nice. A fair amount of fruit, peach, pineapple, quite a high level of carbonation. Fairly high, sorry, pardon me, fairly thin mouthfeel, which, like I've said numerous times, is kind of normal for non-alcoholic beers. When one has a nice body and feel to it, it surprises me, and it gets good points for that. It's quite astringent, I guess the word would be. I've got this like almost like a rubbery feeling between my tongue and the roof of my mouth and stuff, like a squeaky sort of thing. I haven't had that in any of these yet so far, but I would think of that as like a astringent sort of thing. Yeah, and on the finish, a little bit more of that hoppiness. It's not overly bitter in the palate. It has a nice amount of hoppiness in the nose, but I'm not catching a lot of bitterness in the palate. It's probably offset by the sort of sweetness of the fruity qualities in it. Yeah, that squeakiness is weird. And not a lot of maltiness in it, like not a lot of beer qualities. A lot of these hazy IPAs, especially in the non-alcoholic, seem to be like that though. Like a hazy IPA these days seems to be very fruit forward, and this one definitely is. But it doesn't have as much beer quality as a regular hazy IPA. So all in all, quite happy with that. Very nice beer, good nose, decent flavor. Would like a little bit more grainy maltiness to it. I think I'll give that an 8.4 out of 10. A good solid effort from Phillips. Again, another one in BC, pretty common. You can find them in the grocery store. Lots of places around. Phillips is based out of Victoria, BC. Okay, so that's it for today, and we will see you again tomorrow.